Well, let's see if anybody finds me this morning. There we go, Beth and Iris. I put a link on Facebook and it didn't work. So I had to start over. And I'm fine. I'm a little tired ish. I can see I have some dark circles. I'll live. Hi, guys. Look. Okay. Yes, I still have a major leak in the roof. Well, it's actually the back windows, these back windows. It's the old weather stripping problem. Um, I also, oh my goodness, guys. I'm not, well, everybody will know after this video, but I just drove 6.5 hours away. Wow. Only to find out that I still have a serious oil leak on my new engine. Serious. Now, I don't want to be too ugly. Gee, you're not drinking your coffee. Do you not want it? Oh. Because now that it's cold, if you don't want it, I'll drink it. Anyway, yeah, stuff happened. It wasn't bad, but stuff happened. And yes, I have somebody watching the cabin. Yes. Like, seriously. Anyway. So sorry about that, guys, but I was actually connected to somebody's Starlink, and the Starlink did something. I had a fart. I don't know what it did, but okay.
Where are you going?
Wave. There you go. That's G, guys.
Howdy, everybody. We're gonna see Spot here.
G and his Spot. His little puppy. Yeah. Hi. You said hi. Kitty.
Good.
I didn't.
We're out.
Oh, you're out. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, good morning. And so Iris and Beth are on here, and they said, "Woohoo, you're camping." Hey, G.
Hello, everybody.
Lots of hand waves.
This is coffee. You don't like coffee. Smell. You hate coffee.
Do you want to talk a little bit this morning, G?
We're camping.
We're camping. I could come sit beside you and we could just talk. But we're over here.
I'm too mobile. Too wiggly.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all good.
Oh, that cooled off fast. You're right.
Yeah. Because it's not, no insulated cups.
Yeah, but it's extra good.
Well,
The
thank you.
dark roast.
Actually, I think it's a medium roast Nicaraguan that I've been really enjoying
Bold
lately.
flavor.
Yeah. And yeah, I've been liking that one. Bought it off of Amazon. Yeah. So, all right. So what you got going on, G?
Well, we're gonna redo my solar. We'll add to it
Do some
another
adjustments.
1,000 watts.
Yep. G's a power hog. Yeah.
Not favorable, but yeah.
You can see that kind of power hoggish. Yep. So
Got people chiming in.
something. Yep. There's a few people because I put a comment out on the Van-Aid thing once I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
That people are gonna all of a sudden know I'm here and want to know.
Oh.
But I'm,
Undisclosed locations.
yeah. It is undisclosed, kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
so, I started to tell you guys that I do have a serious oil leak. That is true. And it is for real my oil pan gasket, which, because I have the car that I have, in order to repair that, you have to pull the engine. You have to at least get the engine 4 or 5 inches up to make enough space so that you can fix the oil pan. and the oil pans were originally RTV'd in, which is like glue. And if you put a gasket in them, in the Suzuki community, anyone will tell you they'll just always leak if you put a gasket in them. Now, I've had it from a couple of other mechanics who have put rubber gaskets on, and the rubber gaskets, they were able to tighten bolts and it be okay and continue to seal. But mine was installed, brand new engine, installed with a cork and copper gasket. And then the bolts were not tight, so it spit my oil just out, from the gasket down, out. And of course, driving 65, 70, it blew all over the back end of the car. And I have to fix it, but in order to fix it, I have to have somebody, I have to have somebody pull the engine. And so I've talked to a couple of buddies that are down here. I have not talked to my Zooks of Arizona people yet, but this afternoon I'll probably text them. I've got one lead in Yuma to ask what that shop would charge me to do that job. The quote I got before was $3,000, and I don't have $3,000. And I've already put a lot of money into this. And no, I'm not happy with Stan. I haven't been. No, I'm not bad-mouthing him, but I could. And no, I will never take my car back to his shop. I don't care what anybody says. But here I am. And I've had coffee. I made Gia coffee. I wish I had a second one of these cups. You know, when you're lower income, there are times when you want something because it would be useful. These are silicone, I get it, but get over it, right? I mean, something's gonna get us. Anyway, I waited a long time because these mugs were like $16 or $18, something like that. And because they have the ridges on them, right, to make them so that you don't burn your hand when you use them, and they're a little thicker so they don't fold up easily. And I couldn't really afford them for a long time, and then I finally got one, and I remember the day I bought it. I was like, I should buy two. No, you can't afford it. Don't buy two. I should have bought two, because now they're discontinued and you can't find them. So, oh, it's still a little bit warm, but he didn't get hot coffee. Anyway, yeah, long, stressful ride because I knew I was having a problem with the oil. You guys are still here, right? I didn't completely lose you. I don't know what's up with my phone screen. The part that's the picture ought to be, oh, I know what I did wrong. Because I restarted, I'm not seeing all your messages. My bad. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to leave it like that today. Oh, okay. Get rid of there we go. I'm sorry. I forgot to change something. But it's like the part of the phone I'm using right now is like it's down. I can't see the bottom of the screen. It's weird. I was like, what's up with my phone? Of course, I dropped it a couple of times and I cracked the screen pretty bad. So, all right. My windows in the back leak horribly, but I know that for real, because I needed to take the car through a car wash and the only one available was automatic. And the reason I had to do that was because of how bad the oil problem was. I was blessed to run into okay, so Tiny GPS had sent me a quick message. It's too bad you aren't in Quartzsite with the oil leak. If you could find this guy And I was like, who are you, what are you talking about? I didn't recognize, I didn't know the name or anything like that. Hadn't heard about this person. So it was sort of like, I don't know. And um, he, anyways, so I quickly looked the guy up. Man, I had a hard time finding a way to contact him. Then I got a hold of him. And then I was pulling off the highway to where I was coming to and going into a gas station. And he's right there, like in front of me. And I went, okay, this must be a God coincidence thing, which I term a coinkydink. So I I went, I texted him. I didn't even know about you until about 20 minutes ago, but I'm parked behind your bus. And he goes, well, we don't usually start helping people till 10 o'clock. I don't care. I'm here. It feels like I didn't say it to him, but it feels like a God thing. I'm here. I will wait in a respectful, appropriate way. And if you tell me that I need to go away and come back at a different time, I will do that. And the guy said, oh, don't worry about it. Um, uh, and I was like, okay. So I said, seriously, I'm not going to go anywhere unless you tell me to go off and come back, okay? Or something. And so I just waited, and I really didn't wait that long. And he came out, and he had on a really clean shirt. And I said, I bet you're going to want a dirtier shirt because it's oil. And he said, so tell me what's going on. And I told him a little bit, and then popped the hood and let him check the oil levels and all of that. And he looked under, and he went and got his dirty shirt and a wrench, and he came back. My bolts that hold the oil pan on, the three that he could reach, he did not. Okay, so you got to be careful tightening the bolts on these, that you don't tighten them too tight. So he just hand tightened them snug. Okay, it took three go arounds, three turns of the bolt, or two turns of the bolt. Maybe it was two, but whatever it was, it turned around a couple of times. He said that could have fallen off. He was like, that was really bad. He said, so what I want you to do is when we finish up here, don't go far, Wendy, you stay close. Or come up here. Look, Wendy. I got to do my mama thing and keep track of my baby. Anyways, she's dragging a leash right now. So he said, so after we finished up and it was snugged tight, he said, we're not going to know if it blew the gasket out, but absolutely there is a cork and copper gasket in there. He said, if it got full of oil, it's probably blown out. He goes, but you're snug. It should be better. He said, what you need to do is go to a car wash. And he said, the one that's here, people don't like it, but it doesn't matter. You need to go to the automatic one and let it wash the bottom of your car really good so we can tell about the leak. So if anything more happens. And he said, so go do that car wash, go where you're going. And he said, but I can't do the job because you are right. You got to pull the engine, at least lift it up enough so that you can work on it. And he said, so, but at least if the bolts are tighter, but he couldn't reach some of them. He can't reach. So I think I got to check on Wendy. But anyways, so the big thing there is it's better. I did the car wash. I forgot when I was going through the car wash about the weather stripping being loose. And we're going through the car wash and, the thing's doing its job. The machine is spraying water at it. And I turned around to look because Wendy ran up front and wanted in my lap. And she'd never been in a car wash before. Anyway, And I turned around and looked, and there's water just gushing inside through these windows. And I just went, yeah, if it rains, I'm screwed. So, it's fine. I didn't have my bed made or anything. So I didn't do some extra things I had planned. I just got over here and then I just pulled everything out so I could get it dried out and and then Tetris my way back to making my bed and stuff like that. Oh, good girl, Wendy. Good, very good girl. You want to sit up here? You can come up here. It's like a porch. Okay. I'm beside can you see it? I'm beside G's travel trailer, storage trailer garage, and she could sit up on that, but she's sitting by the corner in the sunshine. You could come up on, it's like a porch, Wendy. You want to come up on the porch? Look, I'll show you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get the leash. Because the leash is long, right? Oh, is it under your leg? Okay, hold on a second. Come over here. Here. You can go up, up, up. There. You can sit in the sunshine right there. Oh, it's the beautiful sunshine on the porch. You can sit. Can you sit? I know you can sit with Mama like there. If I turn it a little bit, can you see her? I can't. The screen's a little hard for me to see right now. Anyway, so there we go. Hi, baby girl. Oh, you can sit with Mama. All right, let me turn it back around a little bit so people can see Mommy too, okay? So I, like I said, I took it through the car wash, so I got it all clean. I got here, I pulled everything out so it could dry out and clean it, and then Tetris my not build back in, right, so that I had my bed ready and could find things. And I don't know what time, 3, 4 o'clock, something like that, late in the afternoon, I checked underneath and it's still leaking. So, okay, so the other thing he told me was keep an eye on it like that. And I said, well, it's still leaking, but not as much. So, thank you. And I did give him a donation, a good sized donation. I mean, a reasonable donation, I think. The guy works only on donation based. He called it the Journal of a Spirits with an S mechanic, something like that. He feels led to do what he's doing with only donation based and stuff like that. So anyway, and he's got some like UFO stuff going on. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so he said, well, yes, of course it's less than. So I said, so now I think from what we talked about that with it still having a leak, I need to just keep watching the oil and be prepared to keep adding oil to it. And then as soon as I can find somebody that can change the gasket, I need to have that done. And he said, yes, that is the thing to do. And I was like, okay. But you guys realize, now my son's kind of upset with me because he wanted me to go to Arkansas. And I would have been halfway there, stuck on the side of the road with no friends, no connections, because I don't have people between Gallup, New Mexico and Arkansas. I don't have friends and people along the way. So my choice of coming this direction instead was, 1, it'll be warmer. 2, I can get closer because I have friends all along the way. If I had got, I left home and I got to Snowflake, which is where Catherine and Homer are, and the weather stripping on my new windshield started coming off. So Thank you, God. The company that did it was right there in Snowflake. And I called them, and it was, Friday afternoon. And I'm calling them and going, help, I'm driving, and my weather stripping's it's flying off well, not off the car, but it's flying and flapping. And the girl was like, come straight here. Can you come here? And I was like, well, I'm almost to Snowflake, but I was just starting a trip. She goes, come here. I'll make sure there's somebody here. So somebody came, and that's what we did. So he fixed that. And then he told me how to talk to somebody at another glass shop to get these windows done, because otherwise I would have had to stay in Snowflake until Wednesday to get those done at that shop. So he said, you go to a glass shop in Yuma or wherever you're going to go. And boy, I'm telling you guys too much. This close to, anyways, what happens is what's supposed to happen. Anyway, so he told me how to talk about that, what things to say, what I really want to ask to have done. He said, and make sure you have the guy do this thing with the windshield glue, stuff like that. So, but anyways, and he and I checked the oil at that stage because I was concerned. And he said, yeah, it doesn't look good. And I was like, thanks. So then I, got a hold of my son, and my son's like really pissed off. He's like, you should have come this way. You should have come this way. But I would have been halfway there, broken down beside the road with no help and no familiar places or people and it coming this way. I had friends in Snowflake. I had friends in Payson. I had connections to people in Phoenix. Don't love the big city part of Phoenix, but whatever. Got friends that, got Zooks of Arizona people. Then, further down the road, I've got friends all along the way. So it was like, and I get down here, I'm not alone. I got people I know down here. So if the car like burnt up, I'm not alone. And so I made the decision to come this way. So I know I've just been talking. I'm not looking at your messages. So let me go look at your messages. I'm looking for 3 uppercase Qs, which is the thing that tells me to read your message. The other thing that tells me to read your message is a super thanks, donation thing. And I don't want to ask for money. Let me just say that. So, not asking for money. But I am saying that if somebody did want to help out, it's possible this repair could cost a lot of money. But get a hold of me kind of on the side if you're thinking about that, so we can discuss the way that happens. I don't like having to ask for help, and so I'm not really doing that. God's always had my back, and I believe that he's going to get me through this too, and I'm not worried. Really not. As long as I make sure those bolts stay tight, snug. I should use the word snug because you got to be careful with the tight thing, but make sure those bolts stay snug and keep enough oil in it, and I can drive it safely. But that spewing out, it was like every time I topped off the oil, it would just spit it out. Okay, so let me go back here and okay, let me go back up here and check all these uppercase Qs, because I haven't even said. I said hi to Beth and Iris when they first came in, and there's a glare. So pardon me as I do some weird things. Okay, looking for uppercase Qs. That looks like Beth. Yay, traveling. Massive bummer about the oil. I totally agree with you. Yep. And then, we had a buffering event. I was hooked to the Starlink here, but it didn't connect right or something, so I put it back on my phone service. Now, you guys know I use Visible because it works really well when I travel most of the time. And I don't know. I can't see the name. What is the name? Sorry, I'm getting really close and doing weird things here right now. All right. Anthony something. I see Anthony. And no uppercase Q's, but can I see the car, please? Yes, I could do a car thing with you in a few minutes. Let's do an uppercase Q so I give you what you want, please. Where is that, Leanna? No. I can't read who that is. It begins with an L. Just got down. I don't know. Where are you? I'm not saying exactly. Undisclosed location at the moment. That's Beth. Beth is my main moderator person, helper of all things internet. This is, I miss camping. That must be, it's not Iris. I cannot make out the font is so small. And it's blue, and today that's not working for me. So I can't see who said this. I can't read the name, sorry. I miss camping, been in the city for well over a year. Still need to learn how to safely overnight on the street. Oh, gotcha. In my humble opinion, not hard. But I have years of experience. I started living in vans in 1978. And in Virginia, where it was not a thing and not cool and, you know, but the hippies had done it, and that's where I kind of got the idea. And I was like, well, okay, well, I'll just sleep in the car. I see Leanna's name. Some of these names I'm having trouble seeing. So don't be offended if I don't say hi. If you know me personally, get a hold of me something. So you know about. Oh, that must be, is that what do you, she goes by Enoch something on here. Still here. Oh, that was when we were scrolling. That's Leanna. I'm here. My friend, where are you? I will let you know privately. I'm in an undisclosed location, but you could hear vehicles, so I am near roads and things and other people. Let's see. This looks like, this is Beth again. Oh, welcome new viewers. Please put 3 uppercase Q's at the start of conversations if you want Lisa to read them and respond. And then that looks like, the blue font that it's given me with you guys' names, I'm having trouble making it out today. So somebody said, wow, what were the chances? Oh yeah, what were the chances? That must have been about me pulling off the highway and the bus was right. Yeah, what were the chances? Exactly. And that's why I said, I hope this is a God thing, because I need help. I don't know what to do, and I'm not mechanical and whatever, right? And then this looks like Beth, because I know what Beth's picture looks like. Serendipity with lots of heart emojis, and then Beth again, definitely God driven. Yes, Iris. Then Beth again. Fallen off? I don't know what the fallen off is. That's okay.
They can't see me.
Huh?
Say, pointed at me. Say, falling off.
No, but I can do that. Okay, hang on. Try it again. Fallen off. Nah, he's not falling off, but he's up there. Y'all see him. There's G waving at y'all. Hey, G's gonna do a thing. We're gonna maybe next Sunday, maybe we'll do a go live together. And he's going to take donations for if he'll shave his beard or not. I think that's a cool idea. A real cool idea. All right.
Is it time? Yeah.
Or is it time? Yeah, something. He'll come up with something, but he was like, yeah. Is it beard time? They're on the other side of the wash, Wendy. You're being such a good girl. Let me show everybody Wendy again. Wendy's on the porch. She's so funny. She just heard that other dog and her head goes.
Where's he at?
What? Like, where is that? I don't know that one. Okay, let's get back over here. Let me see more uppercase Q comments. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. I feel like the phone's crooked again, but that's all right too. I'm using G's man, he's got a manly tripod. Like huge, big, whatever. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Falling off. Okay, we got that. This must be Beth again. How is Bobby Kitty enjoying the new terrain? Bobby Kitty stayed home. She didn't want to come. And I found somebody to house sit, watch her. So she stayed home. And I haven't heard yet, but I probably will hear they're going to do a lot of weekend stuff, so I'll probably hear today or tomorrow. Okay, I'm still struggling to read this. Y'all can tell that. Me getting my face right up in here going, I can't read it. Okay. Shaded a little bit, right? All right, so Bobby Kitty did not come. And I think it was wise. Because one, I need her to do the mouse and stuff at the cabin. But two, the stress of everything I just went through and my stress of having to figure out how to travel with a cat because I never did. I think it just would have been too much. Plus, I didn't know Wendy wasn't feeling good either until we had a couple of not pretty poops. Now she's better this morning. She got a bath yesterday. She got her nails trimmed, so that's that. Okay. I'm looking for 3 uppercase Qs because it helps me see what to read. This looks like Leanna. What an adventure. Great way to go on the way where you have friends. That's what I thought. I thought it was a wise decision. And, you know, I'm not 20 and I wasn't flippant in my 20s, okay? But I might have taken off across the country if I felt safe in a vehicle. Well, I did one time. One time I drove 15 hours to have dinner with somebody, a friend, but the vehicle was running good. So if the vehicle's good, I'll do stuff like that, but the vehicle ain't running good. No way. So, yeah. You know, God takes care of me, but I don't need to wear him out either. So, all right. Yes. So Leanna, to feed off of that comment you just made, going forward, I'm going to start talking about senior adventures. I'm a senior adventurer. It's okay to use that. And I've just been invited back to Overland Expo in Flagstaff. Well, she didn't say specifically Flagstaff, but I've got to get my application in, and I've had 2 days now. I didn't get it in yet, but I got to get my application in. But she already said, yes, there's a place for you. Yes, you're coming. Yes, please come. Oh, I'm so glad your tracker's still running. So I hope we're still running the tracker. It'll be easier, but that's okay. It's all good. And eventually I'll show you guys something about the way I test Tetris. I'm calling it, okay, there's a game called Tetris, if you don't know about that, and it's where you take shapes and put the shapes together to make a big block. And if you get it without, I don't know, do it in so much time or something. So when I do my, I was the one who said to Bob, I don't want to build, so I'm doing a no build. And he goes, oh my gosh, a no build build. That's how that came up, okay? And so that's what I'm doing in this rig. It works better for me in the small space. I gotta carry stuff with me, and I can't always make things work for me that work for other people. I'm different. It doesn't work for me. And I would love if I could just live out of a backpack like I did when I was hiking on the Appalachian Trail. I didn't have a storage anything anywhere. Well, I had 2 boxes of stuff, but most of those boxes of stuff got all thrown away. I got it down to where everything I owned fit in a backpack, and I like that a lot. There's a freedom in that is just incredible, but it's not for everybody. And since I prefer that, being able to Tetris my vehicle, I'm more comfortable, and I like my freedom. So that's why I wanted a little vehicle, needed 4-wheel drive, because I like to go over there, up there, out of the way, away from people, where I can I like to be higher. I like to be able to look down and see people doing things, but not be a part of it. And so I wanted 4-wheel drive. I wanted automatic because I'd been paralyzed a number of times. And I wanted good gas mileage. So when I originally got this vehicle, I was going to leave it stock. I went through a lot the end of COVID year. I went through a lot to get this vehicle because it was stock. Come to find out it wasn't. And then somebody made decisions for me without asking me, and put in a lift kit without asking. And do I love it now? Yes, I do. But that's not what my intention was. I was going to leave it stock because the gas mileage would be the best. It would be the easiest to repair anywhere. And it was capable as a stock vehicle. And like 4-wheel drive and all of that. And I would have had cheaper tires and all kinds of things. So my original intent was to keep it stock so that I could keep my repairs and my maintenance and everything as simple and easier to manage on my small budget, low income budget. And other things happen, but moving right along. Oh, I see somebody said hi to Catherine, so she's here. Hi, Catherine. How is Miss Wendy doing on the trip? I'm sure you said, but I'm late to the show. Okay. Wendy's doing fine. I didn't know she wasn't feeling good. She got crazy stressed out. Of course, I was stressed with, the oil leak and everything, but she got crazy stressed out. And when we got here, you could see it. Like we went through, she's never been through a car wash before. We were sitting beside the road in a hot place. She was watching mechanics climb under the car, whatever. It was a day or two. And we took naps at a Walmart in Payson, which you can still do that. You can still overnight. Be careful with it. Don't abuse it, please. They're lovely people and it's a good place. Um, and I ordered ahead a few groceries and things like paper towels and baby wipes and stuff like that. I ordered ahead so I could just pick it up because I thought I was going to drive straight through. But by the time I got there, I already was worried about the oil. So I said, no, we're going to nap in the car. And so the car was a disaster. So we ate dinner in the car. I bought hot wings from the deli and thick sliced roast beef. Man, that's expensive, even in Walmart. Anyways, but that's what we had for dinner. So I'm keeping it carnivore yet, had sauce on it, but so what? But so we did that for dinner. And then I stretched it out the best we could to get a nap. She stayed awake most of the night, just garden, looking out the window until I covered her head with a blanket and then she rested. And then the next day, so by the time we got here, she was just stressed out. And then she had to meet the new dog. She didn't know Spot yet. And she's good with that. And then she had a couple of weird poops. And we went through the car wash, which scared her. Look, I have trouble with the flashy lights in an automatic car wash. It does something to my brain or something. It just... So I kind of don't look, right? I was closing my eyes. And then I realized she was doing something weird. And I was like, Wendy, just don't look. See? Don't look. Don't look. And then I put a blanket over her head and she relaxed. And I was like, okay, so now only look when you want to look. You be careful with this because it's too much new stuff. So she's calmed down this morning. She slept good. I was a little cold last night, but I was so tired. G actually cooked my hamburgers for me last night and hard-boiled some eggs for me. And I crashed early. I don't know. I probably was in bed at 6:00. I don't even know. But I laid down on top of the blankets and I just was so tired. I didn't pull blankets over me like I should have. And when I left home, I didn't bring a beanie hat in case for sleeping. And I probably should have. But I'll live. And I'm fine. But I was a little cold. And so tonight I'll be better about putting blankets on. All right, let's see. Who am I looking at again? Okay. And Beth and my moderators, thank you so much for helping because I am having trouble seeing things. I can't see a name on this one. There's numbers at the end. 77 is the very end of it. Good morning, Lisa and Iris. Good morning, whoever that person is. And I see hand waves. Please use 3 uppercase Qs because I really am having trouble seeing this to read your comments. And that or super thanks are the way that I can read your comments and whatever. This looks like Beth. Screws. Could have fallen off the oil pan. Yeah, those bolts, absolutamente. Whoops, that's Spanish. Absolutely, they could have fallen off. Yes, they could have. And yes, that was when I realized that, I was like, well, crap. I could have been there with no oil pan bolts. That could have been a thing. And is that Beth again? I think it's Beth. Yes, the other blue name person is Iris. Well, yeah, I know that about blue name. Yep. Oh, is Luke back? Hi, Luke. Don't forget to put that. Yeah, please, today especially up. I tell you, every week we do this. It's kind of just what we do on our channel. 3 uppercase Q's means, Lisa, read this out loud and talk about it or something. Okay. I'm in green writing and you're Beth, right? Yep. So, okay. Looking for uppercase Q's. Like I said, I'm having trouble seeing the phone. If I would sit on the other side, it might be better. But then I'm not sure I could see it. So there's Beth again. When I pack to travel, I have been called the Queen of Tetris. There you go. I've been called some things like that before too. So yeah. Yeah, I remember. I'm seeing this. That must be Catherine in the other green. I've seen Homer pack, and he can fit some stuff in places you didn't think he could. Okay, there's numbers at the end of this name as well. I can't read that name. I'm sorry. I think it starts with a K and it ends with a. Is it maybe a 64? 34. 34. Hello, Miss Lisa. Much love and hope all is well. Yes. All is well. We're gonna get everybody together and pray hard about my tracker, though, and that I find an affordable way to get the oil pan gasket changed out to the correct it's supposed to be RTV, so I need somebody appropriate to fix that oil pan gasket. That is the problem. The oil pan seems to look fine according to the mechanics that have looked at it, so it's the gasket, but it's a problem, and it's a big problem. So okay. Oh, that comment was Luke. Okay, I see that, Beth. Thank you. So we're doing pretty good. You all right, Wendy? Some of those doggy sounds are behind us, Miss Wendy. Look, check over there. There's somebody on the other side of the tracker. No. She her tail's down. She heard that other sound, but she can't see past the tracker. And her tail was down, and I was like, now relax, because things are new, so she's still, she recognizes you.
Yeah.
There she goes, wagging her tail again.
Waggity wag.
Yeah.
Waggity wag wag. All right.
She goes, I love the porch. All that sunshine and a little breeze. So, okay. So yeah, I was gonna keep this short, and then you start asking me questions, which is what I love, and I start talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, and it turns into timing. What you got?
Show 'em that.
Oh, high-tech silicone. Okay.
So it's a kind of
Yeah,
that letter AT. What'd you say?
RTV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it says right here on the bottom.
Yeah.
Gasket maker.
Okay.
There's a form.
This is one kind of RTV. RTV is like a high heat, high temperature silicone gasket maker stuff. And the one I had a different name, but G had some, and he said, "Here, show people." So
Yeah.
so we just showed you. That is a kind. So let's see. So I got to fill up some water things today because I didn't do that because I was just all about the oil issues. And I don't know what else right now, but that's...
You're not on Starlink?
No, I took it off. Yeah. Yeah, it's running fine on mine, so...
Oh my goodness.
So, okay, I don't know what else to tell you. Do you guys want me to show you the rig? Somebody asked about that earlier, but I don't know if they're still here.
What's that? They want to see?
Somebody wanted to see my rig,
Your rig.
but I was like, I don't know if they're still here, and that was a while back. So I used to be 5'8", and I'm older, and according to somebody in the world, when you get older, the fact that gravity pulls at your body the whole time that you're alive. So now that I'm older, I'm only 5'6". I don't know how that happens, but anyways. But if the gravity thing makes some kind of sense, even though it seems weird. So, Suzuki's, in fact, in foreign countries, you can buy Jimneys. And man, if I had money and whatever, I would have a Jimny in a heartbeat. They look like a mini Jeep. And if you've seen any videos of Asian campers, there are a number of Asian campers that camp or overland or whatever in their Jimneys. And just like my tracker, the Jimneys, they're made by Suzuki. My tracker was made by Suzuki, though mine had a Chevy badge on it. Mine came through Canada. Anyway, the two front seats, certain models had these seats. And all the Jimneys have this kind of a seat. It's different from mine, but the back of the seat folds all the way back flat. Okay? And for me, mine are bucket seats. Now, the new Jimneys, they have the removable headrests. And so when theirs fold back, it just makes a really good flat space that you could sleep on. And it's double bed size. Okay? Now, both of my seats are bucket seats, so you can't quite get the full double bed size thing inside mine, but close. But because they were bucket seats, the headrest part of the bucket seat, the level where the rear seat would have been is higher, like the rear wheel wells. And so my seat folds backwards and the headrest lands on that level where the back seat would have been. So I have to fill in about 6 inches, and that's it. So for me to make a bed. And a tracker is one side over the top of the seat is 72 by 25, which is a standard camp mat mattress thing. Camp pad, whatever, mattress. And so I have learned how to flip the seat down, fill in the space, that's why I called it Tetris, and then make my bed right on top of the seat. Okay? And that way I'm pretty comfortable. It's not cold on your body. Now, I got cold, it was because I didn't pull the blankets up good and the back of my head. I put my head near the back door. Some people do it the other way around. I don't like that. So I put my head at the... It's probably because of my history. I want to be able to see what's coming at me so I can get out. And I want my feet where I can get them out first so I can run fast or something. I don't know. Let me see what you guys are... I saw the messages scrolling. Yeah, Permatex, RTV, black silicone adhesive. Good, thanks Beth for doing that. We need to check, Beth, if the Amazon link that you're using, which may have come off my website and my video descriptions, maybe it's the wrong link, because I'm not getting credit for people buying anything. And that $10.99 I talked about last week, or whenever it was I mentioned that to you, it was for YouTube. So last year I made $236 on YouTube, and this year I made $135 on YouTube. And Amazon, I have made $100 in 5 years. So it's the way. I've often thought about just stop it. But then there's all the people that follow me and that don't want me to stop it, and so I don't. But I am not putting the energy into it like I used to. But with the Overland Expo thing coming up, and that's crazy exposure, I could increase what I'm doing, and I could get back to making some cool travel videos where I show you what it's like driving and whatever. But I don't have extra cameras. I can't afford them. I don't want them. The hassle, the size, the extra power. I'm not a power hog like G. Yeah, when I'm camped with somebody like this, they don't mind. You plug in some extra things. I just don't want all that. I don't know what I want. You know, I don't know if it was me that missed an opportunity to make a lot of money and do things, with the exposure from Bob Wells and, all that stuff. But every time I thought I was going to do something, the year the movie came up, for that a lot of people became famous for, I was paralyzed. I didn't have anything to do with that. It wasn't like I did something to make that happen to me, and so I wasn't in the movie, so I didn't get to be famous. And I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and it was about all of this stuff, and they were like, why do you feel like somebody took advantage of you? That means that if you feel like somebody took advantage of who you are, then you had an expectation. That's a good point. And maybe I did. I mean, just like lots of people, I wanted to be noticed and noticed as special, because I wasn't in my family. And I just wanted somebody to see the good and not just assume that I was bad somehow. And to have somebody say, hey, it doesn't matter. Don't you realize how many people you're helping? So what if I don't tell people it was you? It's okay. I'll make money and lots of people will get helped. You should feel good about that you helped all these people. Yeah, but I can hardly keep a car on the road. And yet, look at what I've done with, next to no money. I still get $1,000 a month. And, okay, right now I think I'm getting $1,035 a month. But it's hard to do some of the things I've done. And it's hard to test all these products. I have to buy them to test them because, I had Fiji Water wanted to sponsor me, and I said no because I tried their water and I didn't like it. I was like, yeah, no. If I don't like your water, why am I going to tell people your water's great? So forget Fiji Water. Then in the last month, I've had both Rhodes and Shure microphones get a hold of me. But that's more money, more equipment, more stuff. So I haven't answered them, and it's going to be a no. And I've had how many companies since the first of the year? I've had a bunch of companies email me wanting to, if you will just sign a contract with us, we can take your membership from this number to this number overnight. And I'm like, no. No. For some reason, I feel like I'm supposed to do what I'm doing. And if the great creator and sustainer of life, if he has put me where I am, and it doesn't come with money that can buy things or make things flashier or prettier, then maybe this is where he wants me. And there's a thing about staying honest and trying to stay humble. I haven't been really good at that humble thing all along. And the other day I caught myself saying, well, you kind of know who I am, right? From my name, right? And the person was like, I never heard of you. What are you talking about? And I went, I heard myself. And I was like, I should stop doing that. Because it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm Lisa. Forget it. Whatever. And if you're my friend and you know me, then you know I'm pretty real. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see what's getting said back here. Yeah, this sunshine making it hard. Okay, and then I put my hand right in front of you guys so I can try to... oh, I read that one already. That was about Luke. And then sometimes fame... I think I gotta turn the camera. Sometimes fame takes away your privacy. We follow you for you, not because you are famous. Yeah, that's true. And I do know that. And then Beth also said, and your honesty. And then that might be Luke. I can't tell whose name it is. We appreciate you. This is Luke. Okay, that was a good guess. Just read further and I would have got the answer. So, thank you. And I think that there are some things I can do to change the way I feel about some of that. I can stop going, but I was there in the beginning. Why would you be that way with me? Why would you, use me that way? But if the great creator allowed it, then it was what was supposed to be, whether I understand it or not. And so maybe I could let go of it's an owie, let go of letting that hurt me anymore or something, and just let it be. Oh yeah, matter of fact, that was life. That's in the past. That was then. Matter of factly, kind of. I didn't need to be famous to be who I am or anything. I am just who I am. And this morning, I kind of know where the comb is for my hair, and I kind of know where my hair sticks are, but the wind wasn't blowing hard and my hair didn't look too bad, and I was like, we're just going out this way. It's the way it is. So look at Miss Wendy. Can you see Miss Wendy? Oh, what a pretty girl. Rested. Are you comfortable, Wendy? Yeah, I'm showing you to the people. What a good girl. Now, I am having imagined that she might be missing the cat as well, because they're pretty tight buddies. So, okay, so let me ask, was I supposed to show the car or not? Or is that person gone and doesn't care? Somebody let me know. Um, I'm not going to be the kind of detailed, well, I say that. I'm always detailed whenever anybody wants to see my car. So I will try not to be as detailed, but I just think it makes sense. And it was so nice when I packed up to not have to bring everything, because there's this stuff I use at the cabin because it's off grid, and the cabin can protect that stuff now. So there's this stuff at the cabin and there's the stuff for the car. And some of it's the same stuff, but the use is a little different. And I love that. And I love that some of it's the same stuff. I think the car tour guy is long gone. A car tour is up to you. I think I will save a car tour for a maybe video itself, so I can take my time and do it the way I want to do it. Okay? So I'm not going to do it. Thank you, Beth. And I think I'm going to end this video. I could use another drink. I'm probably I can feel I'm getting real dry. I could use another drink. I ought to see what G's working on. He asked me if I'd help him with a couple of things. Oh, and I just found out that Van Aid's going on starting tomorrow, and I didn't even know about it. And if I could get Van Aid people to help me fix the paint part of the roof, then when I do go down to Yuma area, I can have a window shop fix the weather stripping on the windows. We'd be in way better shape. But right now, I could use a hand with that. One, I'm tired, and I doubt anybody has the ability to pull an engine up to fix my oil pan. So I'm still, I have some phone calls to make to see if I can find a shop that can do that and not charge me $3,000. Thank you, Beth. So I'm going to close this out. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. Have a wonderful week. Hang in there. Pray for me in the car and the finances and the whatever I'm going to need to do to be safe with this. I had a dream last night about back when I had my MR2. I loved my MR2. So it was an 87 MR2. I loved that little car. I would still be driving that little car if it wasn't for the ex-boyfriend. That was a sin I committed. I guess I regret. I wish that I had not made that choice that took 13 plus years of my life. But he was cheating on me, and he didn't move it for the snowplow when we lived in New York City, up in Harlem. We were living in Spanish Harlem, and the car got towed. But 3 days before that, I lost my job. Anyway, I had taken a bus up to visit a sister and got the phone call that your car's gone and I can't afford to get it back for you. Plus, you have to be here to get it back. And then when I found out what they wanted, evidently he'd been cheating on me long enough that he'd run up $1,000 worth of parking tickets, and so I couldn't get my car out without paying his parking tickets, and so it would have been $1,800 and I couldn't afford it because I just lost my job. So that was the end of my MR2. I never got it back. And but had I not made some of those mistakes, I would have still been driving that little car because I loved that thing. And But I had a dream about it last night, and I was like, oh, don't tell me that the tracker is another MR2. And don't tell me that I've got to let it go or sell it or something and start over. If I started over, what would I do? I don't have money to start over. I don't have, I mean, I was beginning to have an emergency fund. Now, I expect that my little $700 emergency fund, which I've already dipped into for the mechanic yesterday and stuff, I'm just expecting that that's going to be gone. We're dealing with the oil issue. So I don't know how I maneuver this. But at least down here, I'm with friends. I know some people. There's a lot of tracker people down here. And if I had to sell it, somebody would want it down here. I don't think that I want to go that route. But we'll see where I'm led. That's the best I got. We'll see where I'm led, and I'll do the best I can. So let's have a great week. But please pray about that and about my finances so that I can get this, if this is the right thing, to get this to where it's safe. And I mean, if it was to rain today, I'm screwed because I can't. I would have to sleep sitting up in the driver's seat if it was to rain today. But, or I'd have to make a bed on the floor in one of G's shade tent things. But no, pray that I can hear and listen well, and follow the right guidance, and that I understand which guidance to follow, right? Because sometimes things fly through, and it's all good. It's all good. So pray for each other. Continue to pray for Wendy's little whatever was going on with her tummy and the changes that she's going through. Pray for Bobby Kitty being home all by herself and not being able to get in the house when we're not there. She has places to be. She has beds with straw. She has safe. She loves her, like I have a catio I've been building on the side of the shower house. And it has like a little screened porch. She could see out, but it's on the south side, and so it gets nice and warm. She loves to just lounge in there. And then there's a protected feeding station for her. Just the fact that we got so close and then I left her home, but it felt like the right thing to do. So let's protect her. I don't know what else. Somebody else. G, pray for G. He has a disability with one arm from when he used to work for Tesla. And I don't know whether he actually got disability money or not, but whatever. He has one, but he's starting to have a problem with his other arm. I don't know what else we need to pray for right now. I was trying to remember. I know Leanna's doing better. I know that Homer's hand is better. My knee is great. Even to get up in the bed, I put the bad knee, the one that I had hurt, I put it on the bed first in order to get up in the bed. So I use my knees and I'm doing it. So I'm not really having pain. I can't remember who else today to pray for. If there's anything special, let me know. But you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll come back next week. Like I've been saying lately, God willing and the creek don't rise. We might be able to do a video together with G next week, or someone. We'll see how that works out. But would you please, please pray for all of that stuff too, what direction I should go with the video stuff and whether I should just stop. But I don't think stopping is right. I think I should continue. but just continue kind of on a low key. So, y'all have a great week. We'll see you back here next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. You guys have a great week. Pray for each other, pray for the world, for the leaders, all that stuff. Have a great week, y'all. Ciao.